At the center of the augmented reality industry lies one company. It's Gravity Jack. And they've been the secret pioneer in the augmented reality and virtual reality space since the early 2000s. Gravity Jack has worked with a plethora of Fortune 500 companies to create the augmented reality experiences you've seen and used today. And after a long wait, they've finally begun their first ever public stock offering. Gravity Jack invites you to join them. They'll continue to be at the center. Find them on startengine.com.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to Cross Politic. You could not wait for the weekend to end and Cross Politic to begin.
Cross Politic.
I thought this is supposed to be Handle.
Oh, you messed up again.
Neil!
Pastor Toby.
Neil, why come I don't have any handle?
Chuck Knox.
What is up with that?
I'm the water boy.
You're supposed to be producing the show.
The producer's back there laughing.
I know. He's like, it's a joke to him. Okay, worshiping Jesus is a joke over here, I guess. It's funny when you said that. I was like, this music is not working for me. And I didn't know what it was. It was that.
It was Handle.
I was like, I keep wanting to change it.
I just can't wait for our wife's Christmas show where my music gets to be played.
What?
You can play your music in your head, Gabe.
So I got up Sunday morning and it hadn't been alive 10 seconds that morning. Okay, hadn't been up for like 10 seconds. I walk out my door of my bedroom into the hallway, and my daughter has an earring standing up.
Oh, look at that.
Like that. And I stepped on it, and it hurt so bad. And good thing it was Sunday morning because I was like, thank you, Jesus.
And started singing the Hallelujah chorus.
Hallelujah. And I thought it was like a rock initially on my bare foot, and I stepped again trying to scrape it off my.
Oh.
It hurt so bad.
Ouch.
And I felt the thing hit the bone.
Why do we need to?
It was an extra long earring.
Why do we need to know this?
My sanctification was really on that morning.
What does this have to do with Handle?
What does it have to do with the show?
It was something I felt like I needed to tell you guys.
Wow. If you want to talk with Pastor Toby alone.
It still hurts.
Y'all could have did that.
It hurts me now.
It still hurts.
I didn't need to know that, Gabe.
For real. Classical Conversation supports homeschooling parents by cultivating the love of learning through a Christian worldview and fellowship with other families. They provide a classical, Christ-centered curriculum, local like-minded communities across the United States and in several countries, and they train parents who are striving to be great classical educators in the home. For more information and to get connected, please visit their website at classicalconversations.com. Again, that's classicalconversations.com.
And while it's still Christmas and Advent season,
hey, don't you have something to give
we got
away?
our rowdy. I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
We got our rowdy flannels. They're up in the store right now. This is
this one's called Crip.
Toby.
I'm sorry, Blood.
This one's called Lumberjack Wrench.
Almost got shot. That's called Blood.
It's called Lumberjack Wrench.
That one is, it depends on what you put with it. If you put a blue thing with it, then you're Crip.
Oh.
You put a red bandana with it,
Okay.
That one's kind of neutral.
Interesting.
Right.
Well,
So,
rowdychristian.com.
Our
flannels up
get
there.
yourself
I want to get shot for calling that a Crip.
Zoom in on that. Look at that
All
little
the
label.
bloods.
Rowdy flannels.
Rowdy Christian
Pretty excited
merch.
about that
Been
one.
in Idaho too long.
Hey, we got to do a giveaway.
Yes.
Remember, all through Advent, every show in December, we are giving away gifts to
I'm watching his computer
all
do the
our
brrrr.
pub members. If you're a pub member, you're already automatically entered in the drawing. If you're not yet, you can join the pub today, fightlaughfeast.com, and get your name entered into a drawing.
And today we got a his or her mug.
Hold on.
His and her.
Wait a second.
His and her mug.
Pause.
It could be just a friend and friend mug.
Time out. I didn't finish.
Oh, okay.
Culminating in the grand prize.
That's right.
The grand prize at the Wives show.
Yes.
We're going to be giving away 30 tickets to Fight Laugh Feast.
Are we sure we want to do that? That's a lot of tickets.
We've been announcing it.
ProdigalAmerican.com. I think it's a law now that we got to give it.
Hey,
I think legally the law would come after us if we didn't give it now.
You know what? If we're giving away 30 tickets, you better make sure you give away 30 tickets. Whoever wins this, I won't be like, I had 10 left over. Nah, ain't no left over. You find 30 people.
I know they can sell them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They can sell them?
Scalped across.
No, these are not for resale.
Hey, my guy, I got them cross-politan tickets half off.
It literally says on the website, not for resale.
Hey,
okay?
$75 for that cross-politan ticket.
All right, so the winner of the mugs with the Fight Laugh Feast koozie.
Are we doing all four?
Nope. This is for the next show.
Oh, that's another show. Okay.
And for the Fight Laugh Feast koozie.
Okay. And
all
two mugs.
Is Danielle Reed. Danielle Reed.
Daniel's her dad.
Now we're doing the last names.
Oh, I didn't mean to do the last names.
Okay.
Danielle R.
Danielle, we sorry.
we so sorry.
We didn't say
the state. Now we really can't say the state.
I want to do the state.
Daniel R.
Don't ask.
Never mind. All right. Well, congratulations. You won yourself some mugs.
Hey,
some campfire mugs.
Did we know how long they've been a club member?
I could find out. Man, that's so much data you guys want me to
I just want to say thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you.
Yeah, for real. Merry Christmas, Danielle R.
Especially since, we got things like Tucker Carlson coming out with his own network. We just really thankful for you. We love our club members. Let me tell you how much we love y'all.
And this actually gets us into our news today, but you remember when we started, Ben Shapiro had just started doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And he was like once a week. He started out once a week and then 3 times a week, I think in 2016. And then eventually he went to five times a week. But had Glenn Beck hadn't pulled the Blaze yet, had he? Had he pulled the Blaze play by 2016?
Oh, yeah.
When did the Blaze play start?
I'll find out.
Yeah, I'll find that out. But basically, there was no business model. There was no streaming news stuff like this when we first started, except for maybe the Blaze.
Blaze was the only one.
Glenn was the first one to really jump in to the deep end. He really jumped into the deep end. But now, I mean, the competition that's all over the place. You got Daily Wire, you got the Blaze, and now you got Tucker Carlson coming out with TCN, Tucker Carlson Network.
Yeah, on Monday is when he dropped.
He dropped that on Monday. And then, of course, actually, the Trailblazer really
2012.
Okay, 2011, 2012. The Trailblazer is actually
Fox.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones had InfoWards out. Google that too.
Was that a membership?
Yeah, 2000.
Was that a membership thing?
Yeah. Alex Jones? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when he got canceled,
why am I doing this? We have producers. Y'all tell me when Alex Jones' show started.
Yeah, when does Alex Jones start, Neil?
But you remember when Alex Jones got canceled? I mean, it hurt him, but not really because he already had been running that play and already had the infrastructure up.
1999.
Ooh.
No, not when he started live streaming.
1999 is when he's America's news website owned by Alex Jones.
Bro.
Yeah.
On his own website?
He like rejects it. He's like, do this work for me. You're wrong.
I don't like your information.
Never mind.
So, but it's been amazing to watch all this media really start to creep up. It shows me some of the inclinations or senses that we've been kind of picking up since we started in 2016. That like the market's changing.
We came out at a sweet time, but those guys. I mean, Alex Jones definitely was early. Glenn Beck understood streaming way before anybody else did, and was able to actually initiate a lot of things that we see now. We should be thankful to him for what he's did. But what Tucker Carlson is doing right now, it's interesting to me because I find a lot of people who are celebrating Tucker Carlson because they're like, oh man, it kind of feels like the group of independent and the free market are happy to the independent news institutions. Daily, we're all happy to see Tucker here, like every last one of us. And then it hit me when I saw, I think yesterday I was watching it popped up, Tucker's going to be releasing his own platform come Monday.
And I'm hoping that boosts our club membership.
And I was like really selling. I was like, okay, that's great. And then it hit me. It was like, wait a second. Anybody who was a part of Fox Nation and viewed Fox Nation, everybody knows that Tucker was the #1 producer for Fox Nation. I mean, if you ever sign up for Fox Nation, it's because Tucker's docs and his other pieces of content that you wanted to see, they were back there. And he had, if you take everybody else's production of Fox Nation and you pair it up against Tucker's production, they couldn't keep up with Tucker. I'm betting you they had to hire at least 3 or 4 extra editors just to be able to work on the content that Tucker was putting out. He was putting out a large amount. And so I'm saying to myself, like, there's nobody in our sphere that's putting out that much content, video content, article, nobody in that amount of level with just like one guy. Nobody's doing that. Yeah. And so right now, I think, Gabe, you called this like the new mainstream or whatever. I think when we were talking earlier, but I think this is the rise 2.0. Yeah, I think this is the rise of the new. This is the rise of the new mainstream media. And it's here for one purpose, and everybody, in one sense or another, is united for one purpose, and it's to take down the old mainstream media.
Okay.
What happens though when they fade away and they're gone?
And then the guns start pointing at one another.
Okay, I want to watch this ad because I think you've got the ad
Yeah.
right now. Okay, let's watch the ad because I haven't even seen it yet, and then I want you to explain this a little bit more.
They told you the guys torching Wendy's in 2020 were mostly peaceful. They said that masks worked. They told you the vax was safe. They tried to convince you that Russia blew up its own pipeline. The corporate media lied too much, and it killed them. We're driving to see Julian Assange.
Believe me when I tell you.
Wait. I should be boycotting Bud Light.
Fantastic job.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Woo!
Just go get a membership.
Well, here's the deal, though.
Take my money.
What I still don't understand how contractually he's getting around Fox.
So why? Why do you say that?
Because he's still locked in. It looks like still locked into
Till
whatever
2025.
Fox contract that he has until 2025. I understand the Twitter thing. So apparently, when he signed the contract with Fox, Twitter didn't matter in this conversation.
Okay.
Because Twitter wasn't doing live streaming. It was
and when doing video at
it
the
was
time.
Facebook that was doing live streaming, and so they locked down Tucker's Facebook. So anything he did, he couldn't do anything without basically Fox.
But when Tucker left Fox, he's still under contract?
Well, he
Yes.
hasn't technically left Fox.
Yeah.
He's just suspended from his show from doing it. But they're
Yes.
still they're working through their separation. It's not over yet.
Really?
2025 is when his contract
They're
ends.
in a custody battle?
And Fox is keeping the kids. I'll tell you that right now.
And Tucker's like, so be it.
He's like,
I don't
I'll
want
make
them kids
more.
anyways.
I'll make more kids. That's
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So under contract through 2025
Yeah.
or into
Yeah, so through 2025. So basically,
the thing was
2024 is the last year of his contract.
So January 1, 2025.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So-
But real quick, just one point there. So Twitter makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to me how he can literally just start his own network.
So you gotta
if he's
remember
at
why
Fox.
they're
That
down
would
now.
seem to be like
little- yeah.
competition with
I think
Fox.
I think he's kind of giving them the middle finger on this one. I really do.
Okay.
That's part of and he wants to smoke.
I'm
He
with
wants
you.
to fight. He wants to engage with them and let's blow this up. If me and Fox are going to go and have a custody battle and I'm going to start this is going to be all publicity for me to rise. And I think he's intending to use all of it for that. But part of the reason they set Tucker down, because I don't think it's about money for Tucker. They set him down so he wouldn't be talking during the next election.
Yeah.
And that's why you
Oops.
sit on them.
Yeah.
And this was Fox should have done everything they possibly could if that's their reasoning, not to let this fish get away from them. Like he should have just kept this one on the hook, kept him in the water. Don't just slowly and
I mean, every video he's released on X
it's
has only been like
has exceeded what he would normally get in a normal.
He would normally
yeah.
get about 5 million views in a given night. And that's his high. That would be the high
And
side.
of course,
things.
he's going every
That was
night.
his high. That was his high levels.
side of things. And so, I mean, he's getting
He averages
probably on the
at
low
least that.
side, maybe 10 million on Twitter.
Yeah, he averaged.
And of course, a view on Twitter, I think, is going to be different than a view on cable.
Well, how do you know?
We don't know.
This is about this.
Just because the nature of TV.
Nah, I mean,
everything.
people sit with the remote like this, boop and boop, boop, and and he's doing high quality interviews that people. It's funny how X has turned into a video platform.
Uh-huh.
You can go there now and you'll watch a 4 to 5 minute video. Yeah. You really will. Yeah. And Tucker came out. I was watching a 30-minute. He started out with like 10 minutes and he did 15 minutes and he bumped up to 20 longer interviews.
Yep.
And I'm like, how does he have me here for an hour and a half on X?
Yeah.
And it was the content.
Yeah.
And so Tucker is about to, I got one of the memberships there. And I looked at his website. There's not a whole lot on there right now.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that's coming. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, when Tucker decides to put all this content out on this platform and it starts rolling, he is going to steamroll everybody else on content. Not just because he's going to have more content and in a lot of ways better content than most people, but he is like, if somebody's going to say, okay, who do you want to go to for an objective view on something, or at least a main view on something, or somebody who has a trusted name? You look at all the people on the conservative side of media. Who are you going to first? Well, you can go check a guy who doesn't have the resources, or you can say, I'm going to Tucker because he's been doing this for 30 years. He's got resources. He's won the day. He's fought in the middle of the battle and he got kicked off by Fox. Yeah. So he doesn't have a problem giving me the absolute unadulterated facts. I'm going to engage with Tucker. Yeah. Well, he's first. Yeah. Everybody else comes after that, right?
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones, the problem with Alex Jones is that he runs too much of the conspiracy side, so he'll come second or third. Because you got to know what the wild and crazy view is, because you had COVID.
Because it's true.
And COVID
and he didn't call the towers.
He did call the towers.
He called the towers.
Jones
months
has
before
been,
it happened. Summer before it happened.
Jones has been far more accurate than most of our people who have been in Congress and our presidents. Okay.
Yeah. So,
and he's been crazy
and
too.
That's not saying tons.
Right. But my point is, in right now, everybody's champion Tucker, but you're going to see people turn the guns on him pretty soon.
Yeah.
And the reason they will is because of mainstream media is going to get less and less credible. It won't have the viewership, and Tucker's going to take an audience, and it's going to be interesting to see how we react to building and not just having the same bad guy.
Well, it's going to create it's going to create a different market. And
yes.
And I mean, we've already maybe just doubled our toes in this when he did his interview with Andrew Tate, for example.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Where there was quite a bit of, I think, justified pushback. Like, hey, why didn't you press him? Like you
ask hard questions,
like you usually press people.
Yeah.
I think there was some real question marks there. Yeah. What do you guys think about? I mean, what's Elon Musk doing in all this?
I don't know. That's what's scary.
Yeah, he's playing Godfather.
Because he rehabilitated
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Well, I was actually thinking of. I mean, he brought back Babylon B.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And he bought Twitter. He bought X.
Almost for Babylon.
and then reinstated Babylon B. Now recently runs this poll, says, should we reinstate Alex Jones on this platform?
Yeah.
And
it passes 2 million votes.
Yeah.
70%.
People have spoken, so it shall be, and Alex Jones is back on X now. And then, of course, you've got also, Tucker kind of doing his initial.
He really helped Jones on this one. I think he went to bat for him.
What's Elon's play?
I mean, I think Elon is playing some form of Godfather because
Kingmaker,
but like, in the gangster world, there's politics there, but there's a lot more like thugness to those politics that go behind the scenes than what you see when you see out in front. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
And the thing that I don't understand in all this, so Elon, there's a lot of backdoor stuff we aren't seeing right now. I'm not quite sure what it all is, but one of the things that I don't understand in all this is why Apple and Google Play haven't deplatformed Twitter now. Because Apple and Google Play, that's how Alex Jones got deplatformed. YouTube, Apple, and Google Play all got together on the same day he was gone.
And they axed him.
He axed him. Like within 24 hours. Everything. Amazon too.
By the way, he got debanked. He lost some of his website stuff.
Why?
Because of some stuff that he had said. I think it was the main stuff was the Sandy Hook stuff, but there was all sorts of things. Alex Jones, inside of the spaces that they had after he got reinstated, couldn't get a clear answer from any of them why he actually got deplatformed.
Okay.
So according to Alex Jones, he doesn't even know ultimately.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
But
go ahead.
So I don't understand that play, but what's interesting is Elon is in some sense making the liberal cancel culture smaller and smaller and smaller with every move.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I think that's a good point.
Because he's got the Tucker audience now. Now he's got the Alex Jones audience. Now he's got the Babylon B audience. He's got all these people pretty happy. Go ahead.
I think though, I'm kind of asking what Pastor with. I have some thoughts, but why does it cancel culture matters to Elon? Right? Like I get that he's making it smaller, but why would that even matter to him?
He seems to say that he really believes in free speech.
Right. And
do you buy that?
Somewhat, but he's also trying to put this little brain thing in people's head, and I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
that bothers me too,
just a little bit. So control. But so I remember
you don't want grok in your head.
I don't want nothing in my head that the Lord Jesus ain't put there. I remember one time we had a sponsor, and we had a sponsor that I couldn't believe was sponsored on the show. Doesn't make sense that they would. And I remember asking the guy who owned the company, like, why would you sponsor with us? I mean, I'm grateful, very grateful. And he told me, he said, you don't understand. If I don't sponsor you guys, this is an area where I'm going to have to spend a whole bunch of capital and money to get evangelicals and Christians to think about politics in this way. It's going to affect what I do way over here. And so I don't have a culture that is thinking broadly about
business
politics,
culture.
a business culture that understands all the implications, that's even talking about this and why this isn't my field. I need you guys to exist in what you do so that it can be a point of defense for me over here. And he's like, and we don't think in our worlds of having, okay, that needs to exist. Okay, praise these guys, lift these guys up way over here on the flank of me, but I need them there. And I think X is one of those things in social media platforms, technology, whatever Elon is thinking, he has a bigger picture than probably what I'm able to conjure up. And he knows the importance of having that platform exist for whatever he's doing with cars and vehicles, whatever he's doing with spaceships, and whatever he plans to do with his new technology coming out with the brain stuff. I don't know what all it is. But whatever it is, all of it is connected in some way to him for him to be able to implement the kind of reality that he sees. Remember, X is not new.
Yep.
X started back with PayPal
Facebook
days. That was back when it started. This was I think some of the split happened because of X and PayPal in competition with each other, right? Those two guys. And so X has been sitting over here waiting for a long time. And when he bought Twitter, he saw the opportunity to come in and to stand out. And it's the most unique moment, I think, that we've ever seen in since this short life of social media, where we actually have a split between, if you're conservative, you're on this platform. If you're liberal, you're on that platform. If you're a Christian.
You all know what is the participation rates in X been like since Elon took over?
It's been super high.
I know that early on a bunch of liberals said like this is going to tank it. I know there was a little bit of jogging in the like share values and stuff. Probably just the instability of a purchase and new ownership.
His engagement has been super crazy.
But I mean, what's like total participation?
Producers, you heard that. Find it.
Neil?
No,
What's
it's
it
been
like?
higher than it's ever been, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
Elon talks about it every time, a couple times on his own Twitter handle. The other thing that I was thinking about, this goes along with Gabe, knowing how intelligent Elon is, he's asking for a type of smoke that I don't know if I would intentionally ask for. So what I mean by that is, that Amazon, Google, and Apple, and old school Twitter canceled Jones.
Alex Jones, right.
Why would you, knowing that you don't have the thing that owns all of the social media platforms is the hardware. Apple owns the hardware. If they kick you off, Google, they own the hardware. If they kick you off, you're kind of done unless you're going to make a hardware. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, Elon is.
You think that's his backup play? You think that's his ace in the hole?
I think there's something there.
He's like, I dare you.
I'm
dare you, and I'm going to pull a Tucker.
Because one of the things,
and I'll build my own.
I think that's I really do believe that's what's going on. When you look at what Tucker did with Tate, even though I wasn't happy with the interview that he gave Tate, because I think Tucker's a real journalist, and I think he let the journalism go sit kind of a way back row. He used Tate, though, to punch other people. Now, we didn't talk about it as much, but he used Tate to punch his own enemies and to smack them in the face and to gather an audience that he wouldn't normally reach from Fox, right? So I see all of Tucker's use for Tate. And even though I wish he would have been more of a journalist to deal with some of the moral issues there, I see his play. The same way I think Elon is using Alex Jones to do the same thing to the people who are like, well, we got rid of this guy. And it's like, well, no, you didn't. He's back now. Take that. And everybody's like, well, what do we do? Because when we say somebody's canceled, we mean he's canceled.
Right.
So he's brought them back out to play in a way that, I mean, it's really unique. And I told you this earlier, I'm trying to figure out when Alex Jones, I can't remember. What'd you find, Gabe?
I'm just interesting statistics here, real quick. So Twitter has around 528 million monetizable monthly active users.
Oh,
that number is projected to reach 652 million by 2028. That's the projections there. Twitter generated about 4.4 billion in revenue in 2022. What's interesting though is you compare that to Facebook. This is why Facebook is still king.
It's a behemoth.
At some level.
Yeah.
Facebook's daily active users, not the same stat. Yeah. I gave Twitter's monthly active. Facebook's daily active users is 1.9 billion.
9 billion.
9 billion. Their monthly active users is 2.9 billion.
Yeah, it's a behemoth.
It's
but you
just
know what,
incredible.
Though?
But here's why
it's always
Twitter,
been like that, though, Gabe.
Twitter's got a long ways to grow. Is what that means.
But no. Twitter X is like the LGBTQ LGBTQ movement. They're like them. They don't have to be a lot of them, but they can have a lot of control over some things that they shouldn't.
But I'm saying the cap for Twitter. I mean, if Facebook's getting 2 billion users,
they don't have to have that many.
They don't have to have that many.
No, they're not even close. Because they control the conversation around news and media.
Yeah. Which just means they're going to get more users.
Well, exactly. So I'm not surprised about that at all. But it's always X, Final Cut.
It's Twitter.
No, a Twitter, X has always been lower in one way or another than Facebook. Yeah. That is not like a new thing. That's always been the case. But they've had way more control over the narrative, cultural narrative than Facebook has.
That's right.
They always have. And that's why it would, that's why people are concerned about him owning X.
Yeah, right.
It's because he's going to have control over the culture now.
Right.
And this is what, with Alex Jones, I think guys like Alex Jones, guys like Tucker, some other people who have been outspoken, we've always looked at those people as being kind of the canary in the cave, right? We'll know when the oxygen is out of this joker because when that canary falls, it's dead and we're done.
Right.
But the question I'm having is, what happens though when the canary comes back to life?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And it seems like the canary is starting to flap its wings and starting to make some sounds. And I'm like, whoa, well, I wasn't ready for this scenario.
Yeah.
I was ready
the
for
canary's Twitter. Right?
Yeah. You got it.
All right. You guys are aware that we have a new app, right? If not, you should download it right now. The Fight Laugh Feast Pub TV app. Head on over to your app store, type in Cross Politic, Fight Laugh Feast, or Pub TV. Once you find the app, you may need to update your app, or if you find a Droid phone, if you have a Droid phone, you may need to delete your current FLF app and re-download it.
Unfortunately.
Once downloaded, you'll be able to view or listen to our content right on your mobile device. As always, if you'd like to sign up for a pub membership, you can head over to fightlaughfeast.com. And remember, during the month of December, as you join, you become a Pub TV member, you are entered into drawings. For every single show, we're giving away gifts all Christmas long, culminating in 30 free tickets to Prodigal America Fight Laugh Feast 2024 in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, that's fightlaughfeast.com. Become a pub member. Download the app. It's pretty sweet. I just think some good compliments on that. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Mm-hmm. Let's say you had, I don't know, $44 billion. Just laying around.
What would you buy?
Well, to be fair, that was probably...
Gabe, don't ruin it.
A third of Elon's wealth, maybe less.
Okay. But I mean, that's still,
Anyways,
a third of my wealth. I don't want to see a third of my wealth go. I don't care how much money I got. If I got $10 or...
No, it's actually way less than a third of his wealth.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But if you had it, what would you buy?
For $44 billion?
I mean, if you can change the momentum, the direction of the culture, and it was actual...
And it had to be like some sort of business purchase.
It had to be something that was going to have a true impact, a real valid cultural impact. Like within the next 5 years or so. Like, what would you buy?
Dallas Cowboys. Football's the most number one watched program.
Oh, interesting.
In
I laughed at you, Gabe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I did laugh at you internally.
And sports has been part of the center of cultural pushback for, like we talked. Remember we talked through the
Gabe. You might be on to something.
And then the Rangers were the Texas Rangers were the only team last year
the LGBTQ.
Didn't do the LGBT month,
Pride
Month, and they won the pennant. And half the Rangers were wearing like Christian T-shirts as they're warming up during the pennant and all this stuff. I mean, the impact that sports could have on a culture, and especially with real Christian convictions, is pretty significant. So
that's actually and
the Cowboys are America's team. Everyone knows that.
I mean, and you got audience members laughing.
Yeah,
Pastor, have you think about?
No,
that's actually a really good idea.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
I mean, I wonder how much the Cowboys cost.
They're probably worth more than $44 billion. I don't know. Actually, let me Google that. You guys,
Well, our producers should be working super hard trying to figure out those things.
I got it.
What do you think, Pastor? What you got?
I don't know.
I even let you build something if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I think Elon got it, because even what Gabe's talking about, you got to promote it somewhere, right? And if you got that kind of money, a social media platform where you can get everybody there.
They only worth $9 billion.
Okay, so
Elon, you could buy 10. You could buy half of NFL.
you can buy a couple of NFL teams. Well, why not buy a baseball team?
Yeah,
a football team,
a hockey team,
Yeah. You know, I mean, I was thinking about this, and one of the things that we tend to forget is being a powerful weapon in culture fighting and engaging is capital. And I don't think we put enough. We allow Christians to make a lot of money, but we don't go make a lot of money and build the kingdom. I don't think we say that and promote it enough to say, no, it's okay to have, $160 billion and then to buy something and say this is for the sake of the God's name, right? This is for the glory of God. Let's go build the kingdom with that, right? Yeah. And I think that, man, we kind of need to be thinking like that. And if we would have more influence on the culture itself in some ways.
That's an interesting question.
Amen.
Yeah.
If you're single, get married. If you're married, have you some kids. If you have kids, go baptize them. Until tomorrow, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. Go fight, laugh, and feast. This is Cross Politic. What would you do with $44 billion? Let's find out.
That's like how Gabe had an answer.
I know, right?
Hey, Christian Dad. Are you paying a monthly fee to let Hollywood producers pump their septic tanks directly into your living room? Even worse, directly into your imagination and the imaginations of your children. How much darkness streams into your home every day, every week? Have you gotten too used to turning your mind off when you put your feet up? Have you invited your own enemies into your home? How much damage has already been done to you and to your family?
My heart says that the way I feel most myself is to go by the name Fred. That's because I'm non-binary.
Canon Plus is building a global platform with one simple goal: to create and deliver great content that will help Christian families grow stronger and more dangerous in the world. Content that will kick your brain's butt and help you bear down and step up. Content that will encourage, equip, educate, challenge, and inspire your family. Content built on the bedrock of real truth, real goodness, not fake trendy virtues.
How dare you!
And real, lasting beauty. Your family might already be struggling. Maybe the man of the house has been sipping too much Bud Light Gospel in the basement for too long.
It's day 6 of girlhood!
But it's not too late. With thousands of audiobooks, podcasts, truth-telling documentaries, and curriculum for all ages, Canon Plus wants to help you grow stronger, together with your family. There might be enemies at the gates, but there's a feast on the table to strengthen you for the fight. We want the resources we produce to help you do the real work of cultural change, becoming a lighthouse in your own community, armed with courageous joy and a faith that burns hot and bright, especially when the world would rather keep you on a cute little dimmer switch. We don't have to wallow in the world's filth.
Moonlight, Best Picture.
You are gay.
We don't need to let our strength atrophy like numbed victims of some ungodly matrix, leaving our families unprotected and vulnerable. It's time for Christian fathers to stop being such cultural cuckolds, well-behaved Wonder Bread winners sitting by and paying for the world to assault their families with lies. Let's get strong and grow our families strong. Let's raise our kids to be the world's worst nightmares: smart, secure, fearless, joyful, difficult to control, and quick to laugh at lies and nonsense. We're pushing back against the rising tide of sewage on our screens. We're pumping out antidotes to the world's poisons. But we can't do it alone. We need allies. You need allies. So consider this your invitation to join up and make things a little awkward for all our weaker brethren in church leadership.
It's not that we're against anything.
Who so badly want to be worldly cool kids. Help us build a streaming platform unlike any other. A platform that will challenge and strengthen Christians, mind, body, and soul, until this cultural tide begins to turn.
She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
And yes, this tide will turn. This ain't the Alamo. We're all gonna die, but we have no intention of losing. Canon Plus. You don't have to subscribe, but you do have to stop sucking.